So in 1995, you guys released the next album, The Edges of Twilight. There's four
Yeah.
singles: Fire in the Head, The Bizarre, Shadows on the Mountainside, and Sister Awake. This helped propel the band into the mainstream. The album went to number 11, more Juno nominations. Were you guys feeling massive pressure to follow up the multi-platinum major label debut?
Honestly, no, we weren't. We when that first album came out, the first one, we had already started writing more songs. So by the time Edges came out, we were just dying to get into studio. And one of the perks of being with a major label at that point was they said, "Where do you want to go?" And I don't know if they suggested or if Jeff said, "Let's go here," but we were on the road touring, and we were in LA, and um they couldn't accommodate our electric set because it might have been something like a BB King's or a House of Blues, and they had a big show later that night. So we were in, I think, probably doing something for an American company at the time, and a producer saw us by the name of Ed Stasium. So again, Ed Stasium fell in love with the band, and it was an opportunity to get into some American ears. And Ed really loved the acoustic side of things. So Ed's background was every single Ramones album, and of course, the extremely incredible Living Color album. So we were like, oh man. So again, I don't know if it was Ed or if it was Jeff or it was the record company, but we got to go to A&M Studios in Los Angeles, and we're just blown away over the fact that, my God, we're in LA and we're in a little apartment. And I was so excited. I'm like, you guys take the bedrooms. I don't care. I'm just going to build a little mattress on the floor and hang out and, and do my thing. So we worked with Ed, and Ed treated this whole thing exactly like Glenn Robinson did with our first record. He enabled Jeff to do whatever he wanted, however he wanted, showed him more tricks. I got to meet this drum builder slash collector by the name the Drum Doctor, Ross Garfield. And you can look him up. He still has his place in Los Angeles. He stores thousands of drum kits from every major player you could think of. And he also built a kit for me. It's not here. No, it's
I
actually
think
at.
he was featured in a documentary on drums I just watched on Netflix a few months ago. It had Taylor Hawkins and all these amazing drummers in there.
No doubt. Now I want to go see it. But he was incredible. So he brought a kit for me. So we didn't have to travel with a drum kit. We didn't have to travel with amps. Jeff brought a few guitars, but mind you, that is where Jeff discovered matchless amplifiers with whomever he was working with. I can't remember the guitar tech then, but we had a tech for Jeff there. We had Ross Garfield come and help me set up these drums that he let me use, and then he built a kit for me. So we were in heaven. And that second record, I mean, so much fun to do, but we were so well rehearsed. They're very much the live versions of the songs. We don't really skip anything. When we were there every day, we were having coffees with Neil Young, because Neil Young was in the studio overseeing the mixing of Mirror Ball that he did with Pearl Jam. So we got to meet Neil. We got to hang out with Neil. You guys are from Canada, huh? And met his son. It was just this whole time. And we were in Studio A, which the Rolling Stones had just completed doing the Voodoo Lounge. So Studio A was the Voodoo Lounge, and we were now the next contestant in the Voodoo Lounge. So I'm literally like just thinking to myself, oh my God, like Keith Richards and Charlie Watt used this tap. I'm going to the bathroom to take a whiz, and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are pissing in this toilet. Like, just weird shit. But it was just so mind-boggling to me. And then, we ended up seeing a bunch of the guys from Alice in Chains, and Rob Tarullo was still with Suicidal
Ozzy?
at that point. No, I think he was still with Suicidal, but we toured with him when he was with Ozzy, which was amazing. But yeah, just people are just so friendly. And that record was so much fun to make. we had all the toys, all the percussion instruments, all everything. It took a long time. We were in no hurry. We were not given a clock. And I think the first album was still selling, so they didn't care. And we were just having a great time. We got to meet this amazing photographer by the name of Dean Carr. And he ended up being a photographer slash video artist. And he's gone on to do every Marilyn Manson, like the heyday of Marilyn Manson and all of these big bands. And he's been a friend since. But he did the Fire in the Head video, and it was, again, we had to come back and do it, but he was just so cool. The whole experience was mind-boggling.